Hello, my friend, and welcome back to Emerge, your 30-day yoga journey with Mama Magma Yoga. My name is Tamu, and I'm here with day 15. And we're on a new week. We're into the third week of this. And this week we are looking at what we can cultivate within ourselves. What can we build? What can we expand upon, learn from, grow from, all of those kinds of things within ourselves. So today we are cultivating connection. And that connection is both with ourselves and our internal beings, our source, our bodies, our feelings, our hearts, our minds, and with the earth, and with community around us. So I just invite you throughout this little practice to think about what community, what connection can you cultivate within yourself and what matters to you in that. So let's jump right on in. We're going to start an extended child's pose. So come to your hands and knees, bring the big toes to touch. Open the knees as wide as your yoga mat. Sink those hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, melt the heart and the forehead down to the mat. For the first moment here, maybe tent through your palms, lifting the elbows. Find this beautiful stretch through the shoulder girdle. The back body, the pecs, breathing nice and deep, starting to settle in, feeling those hips relaxing down towards the heels. Maybe you take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, you allow the elbows to relax down to the mat. Keep the fingertips spread nice and wide. Just a couple breaths here to start to become fully present for yourself on the mat, to feel through your body, to notice what's happening in your emotional and physical self today, your mental well-being. Maybe you rock the head side to side, get a little relief on the sinuses. One more breath here, deep breath in, and a long breath out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lift the head, and we'll walk the fingertips off of the left side of the mat. So reach the fingertips off the left side of the mat. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll allow the forehead to come down towards the earth once again. Just getting a nice juicy stretch in the right side body. One deep breath in here. And a long breath out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll walk the fingertips across the mat and over to the right side. So we're walking those fingertips off the right side of the mat this time. We're taking a deep breath in, finding length in the spine, and then we'll exhale, bow the forehead and the chest down towards the earth once again. Feel that juicy stretch in the left side body this time. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful. We'll walk the fingertips back through center, finding our extended child's pose, taking one more moment here to really reach through the fingertips, melt that heart towards the earth, really sink those hips towards the heels. And then on your next inhale, we'll rise on up, coming to an all-fours position. Walk the knees directly underneath the hips. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Dome through the upper back body. Hug the navel to the spine. Press into the tops of the feet. Beautiful. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Exhale, round through the tailbone, curl through the spine. Allow the crown to drop towards the earth. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. And exhale, round it through. Really exaggerate this movement. Feel it out through your own body. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Drop the elbows, where the palms were, keeping those elbows underneath the shoulders. We'll walk the knees back a couple of inches. We inhale to look forward, and we exhale to melt the heart and the forehead once again down towards the mat. Allowing the belly to reach towards the thighs, sits bones to shine up towards the heavens, stacking the hips over the knees. Take a deep breath in here, and a long breath out. Then on your next inhale, we're going to rise back up and slide our way through to a Sphinx pose. So bring those hips down towards the earth. Readjust yourself on your mat so that your elbows are still underneath your shoulders. You can really press your pubic bone into the mat. Feet are flush with the earth. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Sit up nice and tall, extending through the crown, hugging the navel to the spine. Take a couple breaths here. On your next inhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips, and continue to lift them up, rising them up towards the ceiling as you walk your feet towards your elbows, coming into dolphin pose. Elbows stay where they are, really press into the fingertips and the knuckles. Keep the head lifted off the mat. Heels will probably come nowhere near the mat. You can bend through one leg and then the other, reaching the heels down towards the earth and stretching through the backs of the legs. Keep integrity in the forearms, integrity in the neck, breathing nice and deep. One more deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll walk the feet back out, coming to a forearm plank. Hold here for a breath. And on an exhale, we'll allow the hips to come back down to the earth, come onto the tops of the feet, spread the elbows nice and wide, make a pillow with your palms, bring the forehead down to your little pillow, and shake the hips out. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, we'll lift the head, reach the fingertips around behind you, interlacing them behind the tailbone. See if you can stretch the knuckles down and away, lifting the head, the neck, the shoulders, coming into a locust variation. You can stay here, or you can see if you can lift the feet off the mat, really pressing into that pubic bone, lifting the chest, sending the neck nice and long. You don't want to crunch in the back of the neck. Gaze is straight down. One more breath here. And on an exhale, we'll gently release. We'll bring the palms underneath the shoulders, push ourselves up to an all-fours position, bringing the knees nice and together, sinking the hips back towards the heels, painting a line with our fingertips towards the back edge of our mat, and bowing the forehead down. Find your child's pose. Breathe nice and deep. Begin to connect to your body. On your next inhale, rise back up. Reach the palms forward, spreading those fingertips nice and wide. Curl the toes under. Send the hips up high and back for your first downward facing dog of the practice. Begin to pedal it out right away, bending through one knee and then the other. Finding that length in the backs of the legs and the length in the torso on all four sides of the torso. So you're really pressing into the palms, really finding that length as you melt your heart towards your thighs and really send those sits bones up towards the heavens. Pay attention to the small details, listening to your own body, breathing nice and deep. On your next inhale, we'll plant the left heel and inhale, reach the right foot up towards the heavens. Dial the pinky toe down, square those hips. We inhale in and exhale, we bend that knee, bring it all the way up and through, knee to nose. Lower that back knee if you need to step the right foot up between the palms. Find your low lunge. I invite you to curl the back toes under and lift the back knee if it feels right in your body. We're just here for a breath or two to shine the heart forward, lift through the crown. See if we can hug everything into the midline, finding strength in the lower body. Another deep breath in and a long breath out. Then we'll plant the left heel, bringing that foot to a 45-degree angle so the toe is pointing up towards the top left corner of your mat. Bending through the right knee, we slowly rise up into our warrior one. We've been here before. Let's go through our checklist, peeling back with this right hip crease. Lots of strength in the left leg. We inhale to reach the fingertips up towards the heavens and exhale to relax those shoulders. Find our space between our palms. Beautiful. Inhale to reach. Maybe you look up. Exhale, we float the fingertips down behind the tailbone, interlacing once again. We stretch the knuckles down and perhaps away, depending on what's happening in your shoulders. We inhale, lift the sternum, and exhale, we can come and hover over the right thigh. This can be your pose here. Knuckles, if they need to, stay resting on the tailbone. Or you can bow your forehead down towards the earth, reaching those knuckles up towards the ceiling, finding your humble warrior. Breathe nice and deep, stay connected. Right leg is working nice and strong here. On your next inhale, we'll rise back up. Release the fingertips, send them up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, once again, find your warrior one. On your next inhale, we'll look up and reach once again. And then on the exhale, we're going to cross the right arm underneath the left, binding once or twice, finding our eagle arms, lifting those elbows up towards the heavens as high as they will go. Then we'll straighten through the right leg and begin to bow forward, coming into a variation of pyramid pose. So come down halfway and see how you feel here. See if you can keep both feet firmly planted. If it works in your body, you can bow down a little bit more, bringing the forehead towards the knee. Breathe nice and deep. Stay connected with your feet to the earth. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll rise back up, finding our tall pyramid pose. Release the fingertips and open up to a warrior two. The fingertips are shining out past the edges of the mat. We're bending back into this right knee, pulling back with the right knee, opening that hip, staying nice and strong in the left leg. Reach those fingertips out past the edges of the mat. Fierce gaze past those right fingertips. On your next inhale, we'll flip the right palm, send it forward, up and back, finding our peaceful warrior. Heart lifts. We reach up towards the heavens, take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we cartwheel all the way down to our low lunge. Plant the palms, step the right toes back, find your first plank of the practice, push up out of the earth, spread the fingertips nice and wide, hug the navel to the spine. We inhale in here, and exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Come on to the tops of the feet. Inhale, rise up for a cobra. Head, neck, and shoulders lift. Heart shines forward. Exhale to bow the forehead to the earth. Curl the toes under. Push up to all fours or to a plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe you tick-tock the hips side to side. Really press firmly into those fingertips, spreading them nice and wide. Maybe you rock the head yes and no. Just loosening through the neck, finding your own connection. Then on your next inhale, we'll drop the right heel and lift the left leg high. Reach those left toes up towards the ceiling. We inhale in. Exhale, knee to nose, upper body's in plank. Lower that right knee if you need to, and step the left toes up between the palms. Find your low lunge. Once again, hug everything into the midline, nice and strong here. Try to take some pressure out of the fingertips. lifting the crown and shining the heart forward. Then we'll pivot on the back foot, bringing the right heel to the earth. Right toes are shining up towards the top right corner of the mat. Bend through the left knee, ground down through all four corners of the left foot, and rise on up into your warrior one on this side. On your next inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the heavens. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale to reach. Maybe this time you look up. Exhale, float the fingertips down behind the tailbone. Other thumb on top, the one that feels a little bit strange. We extend the knuckles down and perhaps away from the tailbone. We lift the sternum up towards the heavens. And on an exhale, maybe we hover over that left thigh. Maybe this is our pose. Or maybe we bow the forehead down towards the earth, finding our humble warrior, knuckles shining up towards your ceiling. Breathing nice and deep. Legs are working nice and hard here, especially that left hamstring. Beautiful. On your next inhale, rise back up, finding your warrior pose. Release the fingertips, send them back up towards the heavens. Exhale, relax those shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale to reach once again. Exhale, we're going to bring the left arm underneath the right this time, crossing at the elbows, binding once or twice, finding our eagle arms once again. Then we'll inhale in, straighten the left leg. And on an exhale, we're going to send the hips back, come all the way down, finding our pyramid pose. Maybe we only come halfway and hover here. This is beautiful. If it feels right, you can continue the journey, bringing the forehead towards the knee, finding that juicy stretch in the back of the left knee. Breathe nice and deep. Wonderful. On your next inhale, rise back up, sending that crown way up towards the sky. We release the arms, bend through that left knee, open up into a warrior two on this side. Extend the fingertips out past the edges of your mat. See if you can pull back with this left thigh, nice and strong in the right leg. Fierce gaze past those left fingertips. Relax the shoulders, pull the pinkies back. On your next inhale, flip the left palm, reach it forward, up and back, finding your peaceful warrior. Heart lifts. We inhale in, and we exhale to cartwheel all the way down to our low lunge. Heart shines forward. We plant the palms. We step the left toes back, find a plank pose. Inhale in here, and exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Come on to the tops of the feet. Inhale, rise up for a cobra. Exhale to bow the forehead down. Curl the toes under. Push up to all fours or to a plank. And exhale to a downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here, pedaling it out or finding exquisite stillness, pressing down through those fingertips and the knuckles to take pressure out of the wrists. One more deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll float the knees down towards the mat. Rise on up into a high kneeling position with the knees hip-width distance apart. We'll take a little camel pose here. You don't have to go into the full pose. We can take our bus stops along the way, whichever works for us. So we'll float the fingertips around behind us, seeing if we can shine the fingertips up towards the rib cage as we rest the palm on our hip. Doing this on both sides, so fingertips are reaching up towards the rib cage. We're resting the palms on the hips. Then we start to bump the hips forward and lean back. So maybe this is your camel, hugging the navel to the spine, reaching the crown out behind you, engaging the core. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you lean back a little bit more, reaching the fingertips down towards the heels, lifting the chest even further up towards the heavens, really reaching through the crown, finding your camel pose, breathing nice and deep. One more breath here. And on an exhale, we'll unwind, bringing one hand back to the hip, then the other, rising up nice and tall. Release the fingertips, bring the knees together. Allow the hips, the sits bones to come back towards the heels. We inhale, open the arms nice and wide, and exhale, give ourselves a great big hug. Right arm on top, we're reaching back towards our shoulder blades. Giving ourselves a juicy hug here. Maybe we tuck the chin into the chest. Maybe we round through the spine. Breathe nice and deep. On your next inhale, we'll open the arms once again. Sit up nice and tall. Reaching out beside us. Open that heart. And on an exhale, we'll bring the left arm on top this time. Give ourselves a great big hug. See if you can give yourself a little massage this time. Reach towards those shoulder blades. Perhaps once again, you tuck the chin and round through the spine. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Release the fingertips and come to a comfortable seat. Bringing the sits bones to the earth, sending the legs out long in front of you. Send those legs out nice and long, toes pointing up towards the heavens. See if you can find that beautiful line from crown to tail, reaching the crown up towards the heavens, really grounding down towards the earth with your sits bones. Maybe you need to move the fleshy part of the buttocks aside. Then we'll bend through the right knee, bringing the right foot to the inside or the outside of the left knee. Yogi's choice. Then we'll hook the left elbow on the right knee, swim the right fingertips around behind us, sit up nice and tall on an inhale, and on an exhale, we'll journey into our twist. See if you can lift from the pelvic floor and not crash into this right arm, but sitting up nice and tall, engaging the leg muscles, engaging the core, breathing nice and deep as you sit up nice and tall on your inhale, and exhale, look past the right shoulder. Inhale for length, and exhale to twist. Beautiful. Unravel, send that right leg out long, and we'll switch. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the inside or the outside of the right knee, grounding down through all four corners of that foot. We'll hook the right elbow on the left knee, swing the left fingertips around behind, sit up nice and tall on an inhale. And exhale, journey into your twist. Trying not to crash into these left fingertips. Sitting up nice and tall, so that means engaging the quads of the right leg. Breathing nice and deep. Beautiful. Unravel when you're ready. Send the left leg out long. Sit up nice and tall. Reach up towards the heavens on an inhale. And on an exhale, bend the knees generously, drape the belly over the thighs, and bring the palms to the feet, to the shins, to the earth. Find your version of forward fold. Maybe you straighten through the legs if it's in your practice. Maybe you sigh it out. Another day in the books. Bowing that forehead down. Lengthening through the spine. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we'll walk the fingertips back towards the torso. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll just make our way down to our backs. Slowly centering ourselves on our mat. Finding our way all the way down. When we arrive, let's hug the knees up into the chest. Give ourselves some great big love here. Maybe we peel the nose up towards the knees. Maybe we rock side to side. Now you can stay here, or you can open the knees as wide as the shoulders. Or you can stay here, or you can lift the feet up towards the heavens. Bring the arms to the inside of the legs. Hold on to the feet. So your version of happy baby, wherever it's at for you, just be present. Feel what your body needs right now. There's really no right or wrong. You're just listening. Take some movement that feels good. Maybe you open the legs nice and wide. Taking a couple breaths here. Beautiful. When you've had enough, bring the soles of the feet to the mat and make your way to Shavasana, sending the legs out nice and long, opening the palms face up beside you, rolling those shoulder blades underneath you, letting them run down the back body, maybe tucking the chin just slightly, breathing nice and deep. So let's take a deep breath in together. And on the exhale, just allow yourself to fully and completely relax into the mat. Finding some inner silence. Once again, contemplating where you would like to cultivate more connection in your life. Is it connection with your own body that you're seeking? With your heart and your mind? Is it with community? Is it with the earth? Is it with your job? Where would you like to find more connection in your life? Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today, my friends. It's such a pleasure to be on this journey with you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for day 16. We're doing this. We're more than halfway through. On your next inhale, we'll bring the palms together at the heart. And on an exhale, we'll bring the thumbs to the third eye. The light in me honors, cherishes, and is in awe of the light in you. Namaste.